All right, everyone, this is going to be day 2 of exponent rules. We're going to go over a couple different examples here, and I'm going to walk you through them, and then you'll have some problems to do after. So first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to write everything that's similar next to each other. So the 9, I'm going to write by the 5, the x to the 6th, I'm going to write next to the x to the 2nd, the y to the 2nd, I'm going to write next to the y to the 3rd. And everything is being multiplied. So 9 times 5 is 45. Now I see x to the 6th and x to the 2nd. Now using our exponent rules, we add the exponent, so that makes x to the 8th. Y to the 2nd, y to the 3rd. Add the exponents again, y to the 5th. And that's it for that one. Next one over here. We are going to use our quotient property here. We are going to subtract exponents. So 18, you don't need this line actually. 18 divided by 6 is 3. W to the 15th over W to the 3rd. Now you see how I'm breaking up each thing and I'm doing each thing separately. I'm doing this, then I'm going to do this. I did 18 divided by 6 and that gave me 3. So W to the 15th over W to the 3rd. We subtract exponents, we get W to the 12th. And V to the 10th over V to the 2nd gives you V to the 8th. And now that one's done. So let's keep going here. So before I can do anything, I notice there's a 3 here, power to a power. I got to make sure that I raise everything inside these parentheses to the 8th power. So I should have, to the 3rd power, sorry. 8 to the 3rd, m, 6 to the 3rd, and 4 to the 3rd, all over 4m, 3, and 2. Now I'm going to start simplifying. So using your calculator, 8 to the 3rd is 512. M to the 6th raised to the 3rd, we multiply exponents, so 6 times 3 is going to be m to the 18th. And 4 times 3, n to the 12th, all over 4m 3rd and 2nd. Now I'm going to kind of break things up and do everything one at a time. So 512 over 4 is 128. Now I'm going to do this. M to the 18th over m to the 3rd. That is, I subtract exponents, m to the 15th. And lastly, I have n to the 12th over n to the 2nd, and that is n to the 10th. And now that one is done. So I'm just taking everything piece by piece. Next one here, I'm going to do this first. Negative 40 divided by 5 is negative 8. Now I'm going to do the c's. C to the 9th over c to the 3rd is, what do I do with the powers? I subtract 9 minus 3. So that becomes c to the 6th. And now when I subtract these, I get d to the 4th over d to the 7th is d to the negative 3rd. But I can't leave it like that because there's a negative. So what do I have to do? I have to write it as the reciprocal. So you can't leave a negative power here. Kind of write as the reciprocal. All right, last two. Again, like the first one we did, I'm just going to write everything next to each other. So 4 times 7 times r to the negative 7th times r to the negative 2nd times s to the negative 1 times s to the 5th times t to the 0. So I'm just writing things next to each other. So now I'm going to do these. 7 times 4 is 28. Now I'm going to do these. Now remember, I'm adding powers. So negative 7 plus negative 2 is negative 9. Now I'm going to do these. S to the negative 1 times S to the 5th is S to the 4th because I'm adding powers, and T to the 0 is 1. But again, I'm not done because I have a negative 9th. So I have to rewrite 28 S to the 4th. You don't need that 1 anymore. All over R to the 9th. Remember, if there's a negative, you have to rewrite it as the reciprocal. So in this case, it goes in the denominator. All right, last one. This one's got a lot of steps. We're kind of going to put it all together here. So first thing I noticed, this 5 out here, I have to raise everything in the parentheses to the 5th power and everything here with the 2nd power. So I'm just going to rewrite it here. 2 to the 5th x, that's going to be negative 3 times 5. That's going to be x to the negative 15th, y to the negative 10th, all over 6 to the 2nd, x to the negative 2nd, y to the negative 16. Now I'm going to simplify and move my reciprocals down. So 2 to the 5th is 32. X to the negative 15th, I know that has to go in the denominator. So that's going to be x to the 15th, y to the 10th, 6 to the 2nd is 36. X squared goes up here. Y to the 16th goes up there. Now I can do my exponent rules. So 32 over 36 reduces to 8 over 9. X to the 2nd over x to the 15th. It's going to give you x to the negative 13th. So that should go in the denominator. Oh, this should be a 9, not a y. And y to the 16th over y to the 10th should be y to the 6th. And now you're done. That's it.